day out. This wonderful day. I'm in my pajamas again. And I'm going to get a little bit of exercise. Going to try out the positioning. Okay, that works. All right, this is precariously duct taped up here, but it's going to work. Let's make sure the audio is good. Watching stuff on here. It's a spring ski day. Yes, audio's good. Okay, that's a good enough shot. I can live with that. I just want to make sure my tablet is safe. I gotta use more duct tape. Okay, make sure that the thing's not gonna hit it. Oh, it's icy. I gotta be careful. Okay, don't fall. Don't want my tablet to fall. Okay. Oh, I should have brought my mitts. Oh well. Do it old school way. All right, I'm gonna get me my 5 minutes on the Nordic track, getting my fresh air, walking my walk, talking my talk, and get some exercise, some fresh air. That's the best thing about this community, is you guys don't know how much you do for me by making me feel like I got coaches and the whole community out there. So it's like I'm exercising knowing that hopefully I bring positivity to your guys' day, like you guys bring positivity to my day. Yahoo! And again, I'm in my shorts because it's jammies. Let's get the bear right here. There. Get the shot divided up. Yeah, my jammies. I usually almost always, hey, VIP tough. Amen. Right, Trevor, I agree. We're still anxiously waiting for this snow to melt here, but you know, we got to be patient. This is when we get that spring fever. But this time of year always makes me think of ski team back in the day when I was a teenager. We'd always go out in our shorts. There, I love that I can see the tablet right in front of me, because on this, they did have a special rigging of sorts to be able to read the tablet. Freddie boy, hi Freddie boy, welcome. Getting my fresh air. You got a new machine, says VIP. Nope, it's the old one. It's just been outside, sitting under the tarp next to the bicycle right here. I used to use this inside, but it just seems kind of counterproductive to me to be inside doing cross-country skiing, because I'm supposed to do that outside. So this is a test to put it outside and see if it would survive a winter, which it did. And my bicycle survived the winter too. 40 something below zero, these survived. They didn't break. New to you, yes, VIP. Starlight, hey, how's it going? Are we enjoying our weather? I sure am. Freddie, where are you in the world? Alaska. North Pole, Alaska, next to Fairbanks, Alaska. Just looking at my shot. I should have brought my little mitts, because this metal is cold. Oh well, I'll put it on the padded part. It's still cold. Live in the Faroe Islands. That's cool. Very windy there. Not been to the Faroe Islands. That sounds awesome. The wind-blown terrain of the Faroe Islands is gorgeous. One day I'll make it there. Yeah, really windy, yes. Because you have that ocean doing its thing. We got hi from Beetlejuice family. Betelgeuse. I just got used to seeing you ride on the bike. Yeah, my bicicleta right here. I figured need to mix it up a wee bit. I can't do too much because I still have a lot of pain right here. I'm assuming it's because of the last in Anchorage, they found that there's a protrusion from surgeries, partial hernia, stuff like that, from one of the surgical sites. So I think that's where the pain might be coming from. But the infection is controlled now. Woo! I go back in to the doctors. More tests on April 1st. Let's see. Freddie says we are the country with the least sun hours in the world. Yeah, I can imagine with the latitude that you guys are on. Yeah, we're gonna have to study the equivalent to Alaska. Let's see. That's Freddie. Make sure. See, Freddie is the one in the Faroe Islands. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Well, it looks awesome. Says VIP. My fingers are getting burned. But like I said, Daniel says, I'm back. Welcome back, Daniel. Just gotta do a wee bit of exercise because I have to get ready for travel. Leave Friday night, starting the first of 4 trips in the month of April. 3 trips in Alaska and a trip to Ireland. So, can't believe it. Get back on the road. I took March off. There were no good sales on anything that I wanted. So I waited and pounced when something popped up. So I'm excited about this upcoming trip to Juneau, Alaska. Gonna be shooting some indigenous games. The traditional games, it's called. They're going to be doing similar games equivalent to the World Eskimo Indian Olympics that I'll be covering in July up here in Fairbanks. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. I forgot to look for moose. Okay, scanning for the moose. Oh. I heard a little something crackling. There we go. Okay, no moose. I should look in the driveway. That's where they like to stand. They like to walk in the roads. Oh. Okay, I gotta go a little bit longer because I gotta get my endurance up a little bit. At least in Juneau, I won't be walking too much. I'll have a car rental. And then the next trip is to Ireland. And I'll be staying at Port Marnock and Malahide area. Hope I said that right. From the moose hunt. Yes, it's hunting moose, the moose tracks that are all around me. And I set my little mini gymnasium workout center on the moose trail. I don't think the moose was happy that I set up camp here. Literally out on their trail. Yes, I remember you, Daniel. Definitely. I try really hard to remember everybody because that's the right thing to do. You know, I have, what, 2,000 something subscribers. The people that come on here, I always try to remember the usernames. Because when you talk to me in real time, I think it's appropriate for me to also talk in real time and acknowledge that you're talking to me. It is hard though. At one point we had plus 200 people on the live stream and I had a really hard time keeping up with it. I felt so bad, but it was so happy, but it was like, wow, that was stressfully fast. And Daniel says, yay. I associate everybody's names to something in my head because that's how I memorize things. I have to think of 5 things to remember the name. Always been that way. Keep thinking I hear moose, but there's no moose. It's just the wind hitting the tarp a certain way. Oh, okay. I cannot push it too much today. Like I said, been having pains over here. And, well, bicycles here. Let's do a little bit of bicycling too. I don't need to move the camera, do I? It is what it is. It is where it is at. Okay, a little bit of this next to the Nordic track. And not going to push it. No, not going to push it. There, went from skiing to bicyclette. Bicycling. Oh, there we go. My fingers are getting cold. Oh wait, this is out of the shot. I gotta move the tripod a wee bit. Get my pantalones fixed. It's nice having a tripod that works. Super nice. Now I need to change the title to be Spring, Alaskan Spring Ski / Bicycle Day. That's what it needs to be called. Oh, let's call it that. Let's switch it now. Dare I? I'll probably mess it up. Oh, goodness gracious. Let's try. No, I'm not going to mess with it. I might mess it up. There we go. Okay, a little bit more exercises. I have to get my endurance up and not stress out some old surgical sites that are hurting quite a bit. So, no abdomen workout. This does a lot of ab right here too, the cross-country skiing one. This one's just the legs, which need a lot of work. Got my jiggle, jiggly ligglies. Old lady, grandma legs. Heard a snapping twig. Just the squirrels messing with me to make sure it's not a moose. Moose a la loose. I was watching, there's a short video in Juneau. Juneau's the state capital. I'm going there on Friday. And yeah, there's bears there. They like to come and get into the garbage. So I hate bears, but you guys know I hate bears. The only bear I like is this bear right here. That's the only bear I like. Bears is me. I've always, ever since I had run-ins with bears early on in my younger years, yeah, don't like bears. So, I really want to change this thumbnail, so I think I will. Let's see if it'll let me. Because, it's probably not going to let me. I'm in real time right now. I always do that, where I add something to the live stream that does not reflect in the comments. We got Benny. And VIP Trevor says, it's really pretty there today. Yes, it is. Every day is very, very, very pretty. Outside playing right now. Yep, Benny is too. All of us locals here, Starlight, Benny, we're all enjoying that winter's over. We literally, well, this is how I think. Winter's over. We could dip, well, okay, I take it back. We were -4 degrees when I got up today. But winter's over. Well, that's right. I was going to look up Faroe Islands to see the latitude. Because we have somebody from the Faroe Islands, a place I've not yet been. Look at the latitude equivalent. Hang with me while I figure out my screen here. Alrighty, Faroe Islands. You guys are in the latitude of about, I'd say, you're below the Arctic Circle. You're on the same latitude-ish below the Laplands. So you are south of where I'm at on the latitude, because you're south of Reykjavik, Iceland's latitude, and that's the latitude I'm on, is closer to the Arctic Circle. But you guys have all that wind from the ocean there, so you're like an Aleutian Island for Alaska. Actually, no, it's too far south, Aleutian Islands, but lots of wind-swept, gorgeous views in the Faroe Islands. Not yet been yet. One day. So welcome from the Faroe Islands. Yet another place on my list. Longyearbyen, Svalbard. I want to go there. Let's see. Benny is sledding down the hills on his street. Oh, that's cool. It'd be funny. Like, oh, hey, Benny. He's sledding right next to me. And was playing hockey on ice. I have my bat in your backyard. That's cool. That is so cool. It's easy to have that in your backyard here, because there's gravel pits and little ponds everywhere throughout this whole area. I grew up when I lived at Harding Lake. We would do that, make our own, shovel our own rinks and trails and paths and all that and jumps. And same with when I lived in Salcha, we had a little pond. We got Zane. Hi, Zane. Welcome back. Awesome sauce. And VIP says, or perhaps very pretty. Yes, it's very, very, very pretty. Dun, dun, I don't have my coffee. I left it inside because I was going to be doing this one. Oh, well. That's too bad. I'm not supposed to push it anyway. So, gotta get this endurance up. Gotta get it up. Going to be a busy month of April, but I will take it slow. I'm not going to push it. If I get to Ireland and I'm really, really tired, I'll go to my Airbnb and go to sleep. Yeah, I once took a trip it was a mile run to Copenhagen, and then jumped on a ferry boat from Copenhagen to Norway, Oslo, Norway, the DFS, I think I can't remember now. DFDS ferry. And boy, I just slept, got to Norway and took the hop on hop off bus around Oslo, and then went right back to the ferry boat and bought my return ticket back that same day, back to Copenhagen, slept, and then got to Copenhagen, and my hotel was connected to the airport. Crawled to that, slept. I was so sick. I've not uploaded that video. It was 2 years ago, so I need to upload the videos of that. I was so sick. So when I travel, if I don't feel good, I stop. I make my my trip to be something not so stressful. I can always go back to Copenhagen and do the tour again. DFDS. Yeah. I love the ferry ride though. That was fun. Even though I was sick. And Zane says, I really want to go to Canada. Yes, Canada. Canada's awesome. I'm going to be possibly driving from here through the Yukon Territory to Haines, Alaska, because you have to drive through the Yukon and parts of British Columbia to get to Haines, Alaska, in the panhandle of Alaska. And I want to go to my grandma and grandpa's house. It's now a hammer museum of all things. Yes, antique hammers. So I want to get video of that. And it's the house that I used to go to when I was a little kid to go visit my grandparents in Haines. And I also want to take the ferry to Skagway. I've not been to Skagway. So that's coming this summer probably, because I like to stay in Alaska in the summer. Oh, everybody's leaving now. Bye. Kiddos are heading into Fairbanks. Have you ever run a marathon? Yes, I have, twice. Look up the Equinox Marathon here in Fairbanks, Alaska. It's the most difficult marathon in all of America. It is brutal. You run up a mountain and back down the mountain. It is brutal. I tried it when I was in 6th grade, first time. Didn't complete it. And then I did it again in the 8th grade and I completed it. Back then, I did a lot of cross-country running. I started training when I was in 5th grade. Cross-country skiing, cross-country running. I see neighbor people. Yep. Incoming. You got somebody coming behind you. Got the neighbors coming on out. Yeah. Just missed him. Yeah, he's got to go to work. Bye, Nikolai. Just missed him. They always come too late. Yeah, too late always. Like, he's just leaving. Oh, goodness. Neighbor kids. So sweet. Okay. With all that happening, I think I might. Yeah, marathons. Equinox Marathon. Definitely look that up. That thing is difficult. I'm thinking of doing it again. Just walking some of it. It's so difficult. I think if I did it, I would just do it for video purposes, but it's brutal. It is brutal. The Equinox Marathon. It's held in September on the equinox, or around the equinox. The 21st of September is the equinox. And yeah, it's hard. It's not easy. I've also been looking into the Seward mountain run, where they run up a real steep mountain and back down. It's not the full length of a marathon, but yeah, I'm thinking about doing that possibly too. Yeah, get some crud off of there. Okay, I need to stop, guys. I'm getting to the point where too much and I'm hurting a wee bit, and that's not good to hurt. So let's get on over to here and get my stuff together. And tomorrow is Monday. I don't know what my schedule will be tomorrow. My schedule is all over the place right now. I'm not sure. Okay, I gotta get going and say goodbye before the kiddos come out. The kiddos meaning my adult children. Awesome, says VIP. Okay, thank you. But I am thinking of doing the Equinox Marathon. Okay, all right. I am going to go inside and rest so I can feel good for this next trip coming up on Friday. And doctor appointments to get through and all that stuff. But I have to. Okay, well, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much. I got to get going before they come outside and I got to say to them about some stuff, mom stuff. Have a great week, says VIP. Same with you. Everybody have a good week. Everybody have a good day and a good night and a good morning, etc. Okay, bye-bye. Kuya na. Thank you for watching. Kuya nakpak.